For me, bullies never really got to me. Growing up, people would try to say a bunch of stuff, but if I didn't value your opinion, it was just water off my back. And that's important to say in this context when you're dealing with someone that is difficult. The idea is how much do you really value their opinion, right? If it's someone in my close group, like my wife or my parents or my brother or some of my close friends that are critical of me, I take that very deeply to heart and as a sign to say, well, maybe I am kind of, should really reconsider what's going on right now. So, you have two kind of buckets of folks. There's the people that are tough to love, that are not important to you, so it doesn't really matter. There are people that are tough to love that do matter to you, and that's when we need some special skills to make sure that we are investing in the relationship, that we are growing it, that we are shaping it in a way that's less antagonistic, right? So I got 5 different ideas for you today in order to help you deal with those tough to love folks, okay? Start your week great. Start your week with a coach. I'm your host, certified high performance coach, Sean Butner, and we're going to talk about something that'll help you advance in your life this week. So let's go. I'm excited today to be talking to you about how to handle those tough to love people. And it's an important skill to know how to handle tough to love people because the quality of the relationships you can craft and influence and build determines your success. So, your ability to connect, to respect, and direct people all comes down to your relationship with them. So when we can build strong relationships, we can lead people. And when we lead, we increase the value in our organizations, the support of the people in our lives, and for our personal lives, our goals, objectives, purposes, and all that kind of good stuff. So what happens when we don't lead, and we don't lead by building relationships? Well, we're more likely to have conflict and frustration. It's hard to get the kids to pick up after themselves when they don't value the relationship with you, or it's really hard to interact with family when you don't believe that they respect you, or business deals require us to have positive influence with each other, in order to make sure we find common things and can, find common ground and then, make the deal. And more importantly, we will escalate with difficult people versus de-escalating when we're not assuming that leadership mindset. So I just want to share that for me, bullies never really got to me. Growing up, people would try to say a bunch of stuff, but if I didn't value your opinion, it was just water off my back, And that's important to say in this context when you're dealing with someone that is difficult. The idea is how much do you really value their opinion, right? If it's someone in my close group, like my wife or my parents or my brother or some of my close friends that are critical of me, I take that very deeply to heart and as a sign to say, well, maybe I am kind of, should really reconsider what's going on right now. So, you have two kind of buckets of folks. There's the people that are tough to love, that are not important to you, so it doesn't really matter. There are people that are tough to love that do matter to you, and that's when we need some special skills to make sure that we are investing in the relationship, that we are growing it, that we are shaping it in a way that's less antagonistic, right? So I got 5 different ideas for you today in order to help you deal with those tough to love folks, okay? Idea number 1 is the close, maintain, or let go buckets of relationships, right? So the close ones are like your inner circle. They're the people that you rely on for advice, or the people that will support you when times are tough. And so you want weekly interactions with these types of folks as much as you can, just because you like having them around and brings joy to your life, right? There's maintenance relationships where they're not in that close group, but you like them well enough, and a lot of networking in business is maintaining relationships if you don't have mentors in that space. So it's a little bit less attention to these, but you're still, talking with people once a month, every other week, trying to make sure that the relationship's going smoothly because you like them. And then for everyone else, there's just let go, right? Relationships that don't really have a big impact in your life, they don't, control like family functions and stuff like that, or they don't impact your business. You don't need to listen to people that are tough to love and don't have that type of influence with you. So thinking about your relationships and kind of taking a sense like who's in my close group, who's in my maintenance group, and who do I need to let go? And letting go doesn't mean like you shut them off, you don't ever talk to them, try to do a revenge thing. It's just being at peace that when they talk, you don't have to listen, right? It doesn't have to get in, right? And having that intention with each of the relationships will help you if you're like, oh, this person's going to be hypercritical of the clothes that I wear every time I see them. It's like, I don't really care. So you can work around it. So that's the first big point. Close, maintain, or let go status for the relationships. Okay. Second is if you have someone that you want to have a relationship improve with, or, and they also, want to work on the relationship, you have to have that intention to improve that relationship, right? So this only works if both parties are invested. If someone is very rude and disrespectful and you want to improve the relationship, they're probably never going to not be that way unless they see the value in having a better relationship with you, right? And say that relationship too many times maybe. But so again, it comes down to intention, right? So maybe you have troubling in-laws. Maybe you're lucky and your in-laws are great, but maybe you're not lucky and they're kind of tough to be around. So how can you build an intention to come closer with them, assuming that they want to have that relationship with you? So this is such an important thing because I think this is the point that most people miss. Like, when you're with your spouse, are you intending to even really deepen that relationship even more? Are you intending to create cool experiences for you both, or your kids, or, your close friends and coworkers, that kind of stuff. So that intention and action in improving the relationship has to be a focus if you want to build a strong relationship so that you can lead that way, right? Okay, third idea is generous surprises, right? So this is knowing how the people that you want that are close to you or you want to maintain, knowing kind of their love language. So one easy thing that you can do in this category is just be very generous with compliments, with notes of affirmation, like, hey, thank you for really handling that tough customer the other day. I really appreciated how you were able to step up and do it, stuff like that. And it's these little, like, communications, little notes, maybe little presents, or, things are like, I made this cup of coffee for you, or whatever it could be, can really, really help deepen that relationship. And you'll find that people will reciprocate, right? You start talking and highlighting the good things that other people are doing, they'll start saying the same about you. So really super awesome, I don't want to say trick, but strategy. So that's the third. The fourth thing to remember is that people follow what they co-create. So if you have a shared project, a shared mission, a shared purpose, and you both are, relationships kind of naturally happen when that when you have that joint purpose. So thinking about, and what am I trying to say here? So if you think about your family and you want everyone to clean, like, how are you co-creating that experience where everyone's bought into, oh, we should clean the house, right? Something as basic as that. Are you saying that, we all live here, this will all feel better, everyone has a job or responsibility assigned to them to make sure that the household is upkeeped? Just made a new word up. So stuff like that. So that's kind of that idea of what are you co-creating with the important people in your life. And then the fifth, and this is really super important when dealing with difficult people, is and difficult people that want to improve the relationship with you, and you also want to improve, and that's to have a blank slate, right? You can't hold grudges from 5 years ago when your younger brother stole that last piece of chicken at dinner that one time. You know, people change, people grow, and letting go of our stories of people sometimes can help us then repair the relationship. So, the way to look out for this is if you see someone that you have to deal with or that you want a better relationship with, and you're like, oh, they always do blank, blank, blank. You know, so if you hear the phrase in your head, they always are like this, they always do this, they always disappoint me, on and on and on and on, but they always ... or they never ... So kind of those extreme language. This is an invitation for you then to say, you know what? If I was just meeting them today, how would I react? How would I behave maybe a little bit differently? And I find that objective place where, you know, you're like, okay, you know, you can still be aware and be like, are you going to yell at me for no reason today? Let's test this. Okay, I'll be nice and, you know, be kind and then see what happens. I have found you're able to get over like arguments much quicker if afterwards you're like, okay, blank slate, right? And it's trickier to do than I'm probably acknowledging, so I do want to acknowledge that right now. You can't do everything, but you know, perfectly, so you'll have ups and downs, but when things are really tough, this can really be a, okay, let's start over, let's, you know, calm down for a minute and then come back together and then work through this. It can be super, super duper helpful. So, okay. You know, using these principles can help you build solid relationships with the important people in your life and help you handle those tough to love people that you also have to deal with sometimes. So, because when we build relationships, we build success, we build influence, we build the connection that we all crave. And if it helps you not have an argument at the dinner table on Christmas or the next holiday, it is well worth implementing these strategies. So hope you guys like this video. Please, you know, send me a note on what you really liked about it. And if you would, also, I want to let you guys know that on the 15th of this December, I'm going to be talking about 10 advanced communication strategies to help you even further deepen your relationships. And that's going to come with the new holiday offer for my Transformative Performance Habits. So that's going to be live December 15th at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You'll get last month's training on getting the best night's sleep ever. And there's some other bonuses that you can see by clicking on the link below this video on the Transformative Performance Habits monthly thing. And the yearly subscription, which is the deal, you save $40 off the whole year if you get this deal today. So make sure you grab it before it's over, right? Before the holidays end. So it's my gift to you and to help get you guys in on your continual learning. So check that out. Check that below this video, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.